I bought a PSVR2 in 2025. Was it worth it? Let's find out.
You are a silly bucket head.
It seems that people are often quite divided on VR. Some think it's the future, others think that it's a fad slowly dying out. We've had plenty of fads before, like, motion controls, 3D TVs, or paying for music. Now, my history is that I played PSVR when that first came out, and I enjoyed it for a bit. I mean, look at me having fun as Batman.
What the f***'s going on? Batman!
Follow the trail like you said.
Batman! I got the bad nippers. I don't want to look behind me right now because I know there's some shit going on. Spooky, spooky skeletons. Do.
But now it's in the loft because I stopped playing it for several reasons. One, the blur, and I'm not talking about the band who sang the Woohoo song. The resolution seemed to just hurt my eyes. And I also remember feeling incredibly ill after playing Resident Evil 7.
Oh, there's a fridge. Maybe I can get myself a sandwich. Oh. Yeah, because none of that stuff is gross.
So, why buy one now? Well, I just saw some vids of people having the time of their life in VR, and it looked a lot of fun. I like fun, so I thought I want some of that fun. Give me it. Seeing as I didn't own a PSVR2, I needed to go and get one. I just happened to have almost £400 worth of CEX vouchers, which I was just fed up of doing nothing with. So I found where the closest CEX with a PSVR2 was, and I went on a nice 45-minute journey to go and get it. After getting home and opening it up, I was really quite happy with the quality of the unit. And I'm not just saying this, but it really did seem like someone had played it a couple of times, probably didn't get on with it all, and then just sold it. The original PSVR was an absolute pain in the backside to set up, but this, you just plug it into the USB port and laugh at the past pain that you used to have to go through. It didn't take me too long to go through all the menus and lie about how big my room is. And then I had to think, what should I play first? Well, as much as I wanted to play one of the Resident Evil games in VR, I thought it might be a bit too much to start with. As funny as it would be me throwing up in the video and crying about how I wasted over £300. So I thought I'd start with the Kayak VR Mirage game.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my god, this looks so good!
I've included some of my initial reactions here because my first reaction was the lens looked far, far better than what I remember from PSVR. Also, the OLED lens looks really vivid and bright. I enjoyed messing about in the pool and smacking around the inflatables, and I also went on a nice journey through the jungle and the Antarctic. I was mesmerised by the fact that I could touch the vegetation, and I had the biggest smile on my face.
Oh, penguins!
When watching the penguins. I don't care if that sounds sad, it's just true. In fact, when I wanted to show off the headset to my daughter, this was the first game I encouraged her to play. Although she's banned now for trying to attack the penguins. The second game I tested was Gran Turismo, the free version. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of driving in real life, but I guess I was hoping that I would enjoy driving fast. But it turns out I suck just as much driving in VR as I do in any flat screen game. Except, at least in this game, I could have a go at the people watching. Oh, you think that's funny, do you? Yeah, you want to come over here and laugh? I reckon that if my insurance company was to watch me play this, they'd increase my premium. Okay, next I really wanted to play Resident Evil 4, and I didn't ease myself in, I went for full smooth turning controls. That might sound a bit stupid considering my previous history of motion sickness, but I went for it, and I really enjoyed what I played of it. Fortunately, I didn't get motion sick at all, not even a little, but what I did get was scared. I have seldom got scared in any flat screen game, but put me in VR and I've learned I'm an absolute coward. If there was a runaway screaming button, I'd have worn it out in the first 10 minutes. Doing this video has helped me to appreciate that it's incredibly difficult to describe how immersive VR is. I felt like when I went into the cabin, there were creepy things everywhere, and the dark in PSVR 2 is incredibly dark. My favourite bit, well, I say favourite bit, was when I crapped my pants as the enemy came towards me, and my response was to shout, "Leave me alone, I've run out of ammo." 10 out of 10.
Scratch my nuts.
Over the week I also played the first Walking Dead VR game, and I enjoyed the hour and a bit that I played. I like the fact that you can shout at the zombies stuff like, "Oi, dickhead," and they'll turn around and start chasing you. I ended up shooting someone's husband, so that was an experience I've only had once before. I'm definitely going to play more of this. Then I played No Man's Sky. Now, I've not played this since I first played it on its release in 2016. I didn't like it then, and I've got to be honest, I still struggled with it this time. It was just the grinding of the resources, it just kind of bores me. I did enjoy when I could finally get in my ship and fly about, but as soon as I left the planet, it told me I had to go back, and I was like, right, okay, I'll play this another time. I definitely will give it another go because I've heard it's amazing, and I probably just need to keep grinding just so I can start to adventure a little bit more, but it's definitely low on the list. Then I decided I wanted to play another game about space, so I tried out Star Wars Tales from the Galaxies Edge, which luckily was free with my PS Plus membership. I did enjoy this one. There was a bit at the beginning where I was looking through the ship's viewport, whatever you'd call it. I could see the outside of the ship, the planets, and the sense of depth really impressed me. I really I know it's this kind of cliche, but I just felt like I was on a spaceship, and it was awesome. So I also enjoyed shooting a lot of the baddies in space, hiding in cover or cowering in cover, and meeting a variety of aliens.
By the spires, you...
Look at you, you're so tiny!
Unfortunately though, this is where I first noticed myself starting to experience a bit of pain in the back of my head when playing VR. It doesn't always seem to happen. If I maybe get it in some kind of sweet spot, it doesn't seem to happen. But I have noticed it happening a few times now, which is a shame as it just really gets in the way of kind of being in the moment and just enjoying myself in VR. I let my daughter have a bit of a play on Among Us VR and she really enjoyed it.
Blue's chasing me. Blue's chasing me.
My next experience, though, was Alien, Rogue Incursion. I do love my Alien movies, well, the first two especially, so I might be a bit biased talking about this, because I absolutely loved every minute of the first hour and a half I played of this. I thought it looked fantastic, and again, cliche, but I really felt like I was in the Alien universe. One thing that I've definitely learned about VR is that I just love to mess about. And that just means like touching everything I can or putting buckets on my Android companion's head. There's two things I hope you don't mind me talking about this game. The first is that when I realised there was an alien coming after me, I freaked the hell out and shut the door as quickly as I could. And I didn't open that door for some time. Maybe just take a quick look.
What the fuck? Is that coming here? No, 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 no! Shut the fucking door! Shut the door!
Now that's my kind of game. I'm glad you don't see the alien in some sort of cutscene, it just seemed to kind of come out of nowhere, which I loved. From then on I felt quite tense, and I went down this shaft and there was a pool of water which I thought was quite impressive. In fact, it almost felt like I could feel the water around me, but then I realised I just probably peed myself. My motion scanner started going off, and then I freaked out a bit as an alien came from behind and got me.
I'm dead.
I was pretty pleased that I didn't experience any motion sickness thus far, so I decided to check out Resident Evil Village. Now I haven't got much game time in this yet, but I played the tutorial, which was fun, and there's this bit where you use a torch in this dark room, and I can't express enough how a flat screen image of this will never do it justice of how dark it feels to be in that type of environment. I've noticed that I keep using words like in there because it just often does feel like you're in these places. When the cutscene started, I decided to do my usual messing about and decided to look inside Rose's head. I've not done much more than that at this point, mainly because of time, but also because I'm a bit scared. Okay, so what are my thoughts? Well, I don't regret it, not at all, not at this point anyway, and I've not got motion sick, which is great. I have wet myself in fear a few times though. In fact, I've enjoyed it so much that I actually want to go and get a Meta Quest 3 now. And not only that, I probably want to get a new laptop so I can play PC VR games. I don't know what I'm doing to myself apart from I'll be bankrupt in a few months if I'm not careful. There's a few VR games that I really, really do want to play. Hitman VR, which I'll get on PSVR2. I also want to play Half-Life Alyx, which I've heard is amazing. Skyrim VR. LA Noire VR case files sounds amazing, and Switchback VR I'd like to play as well. If there's any VR games that you think I've really got to check out, please let me know. So, is VR gaming dead? I've no idea. But I do think it's an incredibly fun way to play video games. I like the simple controls, and the one thing I would say is sometimes it's just the little things in VR that are fun. Things that would never be fun in a flat screen game. Just picking things up and throwing them around, or just kind of messing about is just fun. I know that recently I've been a bit fed up with games, and when you've been around as long as I have, you've kind of experienced everything, which is honestly why I think I've been open to try new things like VR. Also, I've seen what people have done with Skyrim in terms of like the AI chat GPT or whatever it is, and that you can have conversations with the NPCs. And I honestly think that's like one of the most groundbreaking things I've ever heard of. I know it's not for everyone, but that just blew me away when I saw that, and it's something that I just really have to try at some point in the future. So I look forward to messing about a bit more on VR. Let me know your thoughts and any games I should check out in the comments. And thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in another one. But not if you see me, if I see you seeing me first. What?
I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit scared. Oh god. I'll teach you. How do I reload this thing? Shh! Shh! Don't alert anyone to our presence.